I spent a lot of money. I was not planning on spending this money. Good afternoon. Oh my goodness. It's summer in New York City and I am dying. I'm gonna drink this room temperature water while I chat here with you guys. Welcome, welcome. Woo. Talk about real and transparent. Good afternoon and welcome to my humble abode. I'm Dika. Every time I say my name, it's the pride in my name that makes me smile. So please enjoy. No, seriously, it is hot as heck. I am boiling up here. Boiling. That's the word. English is my first language, I promise. So anyway, welcome to my channel. My channel is a mishmash of a lot of things, and that is my life. No one's life is linear. I know mine isn't. And I am a multifaceted individual. Sounds very fancy, right? I know. No, seriously. Welcome to my channel. I am a 40-something-year-old woman living in New York City and trying to navigate this thing they call life. On my channel, you'll find DIY projects. You'll find new products that I buy because somehow I think I need them. How I moved through New York City and then just enjoying New York City. New York City is a great place to live. And as a native, born and bred New Yorker. Today, I have this big dirty box here. And I spent a lot of money. I was not planning on spending this money. But this box, the item in this box has been sitting in my Amazon cart for a very long time. And when I saw the price drop during Prime Day, I decided to pull the trigger. So what is in this box, you may ask? So this is the Nama One, let me read this, plant-based milk maker. So I am lactose intolerant. For many years, I used to buy oat milk in the stores. And unfortunately, the oat milk in the stores are seriously filled with a lot of gums and artificial fillers and in some cases sweeteners that are not good for us. And so earlier this year, I started making my own pistachio milk. Let me tell you, pistachio milk is expensive. Pistachios, the nut, are expensive. They're not as easily accessible as almond or cashew. And cashews, depending, can be quite pricey as well. But pistachio milk, I've found, is one of the more expensive nut milks on the market. And because of that, they are more difficult to find, so you don't have as many options when looking for pistachio milk, and what you do find is very expensive. So anyway, I started making my own pistachio milk, and I essentially was making milk once a week, which was fine for me. It's not super labor intensive. You soak your nuts, you blend them with water, some dates for sweetness, a dash of sugar, a little vanilla. You strain it and you're good to go. But the problem for me is the process of straining it. So like I said, I'm a 40-something-year-old woman, and these hands have seen a lot. I used to crochet a whole lot. I do DIY projects. That's hammering, screwing. Anyway, either way, it doesn't sound good. But I've done a lot with my hands. And earlier this year, to my surprise, but not really a surprise, I was told that I have carpal tunnel in my right hand. which is my dominant hand, and I have osteoarthritis in both of my thumbs. And so while for the average person, you know, straining and using a nutmeg to strain nut milk is pretty easy, for me doing that every week became daunting and quite uncomfortable. And so I decided to buy this nut milk maker, and I'll link it somewhere in this video, but this is a highly recommended nut milk maker. Actually, the person, I forget her name, I think it's Tasha or Tanat, I think it's Tasha. I used her pistachio nut milk recipe, and then she actually acquired one of these, and for some reason I just take to her spirit and I trust her. And there are other nut milk makers on the market that are not as expensive, but the reviews are not the best, either with storage, the quantity that it makes, or the overall quality and the grittiness of the final product. And so I decided to just suck it up if I'm going to invest in a nut milk maker, and actually to have this be my primary source of milk. I might as well get the best that's available. And so we are gonna bust this box open. I'm honestly excited because I want to see what the hype is all about, because God knows. All right, we have a lot of boxes. I don't know. Bum Bum, come baby. Uh-oh. What's the matter? Please pardon the interruption. I have a cat, and my cat may or may not be feeling very well. She's not feeling very well, honestly. All right. Woo, child. We about to put this little workout to test. Boom. And boom. I must say, I think the box is quite pretty. This is nice. This is nice. You definitely have to recycle, because this is a lot. It's a lot of cardboard. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so each box is labeled. So this is accessories. This is the pitcher. This is the chamber, and this is the motor base. All right, and then, oh, it says start here. So I'm just gonna unbox it real quick. So we're gonna start here and see what this is all about. It is so hot. Let's see. All right. So here we have a quick start guide. It tells you wash it, how to assemble it, how to add your ingredients, and how to store it. I think this is the most valuable part as far as I'm concerned, which is the recipe book. I might actually challenge myself and go beyond pistachios and explore different types of nut milk. I might even do a series where I every week do a different recipe from this book. So them not play with this here now. They are not joking. Oh my. I am a package junkie. Oh, yes. My neighbor's gonna cuss me when they see all this cardboard. Look at this. I didn't even remember which color I got. I got the black. This is sleek. Tell me this isn't pretty. And then this here is, now let's get the picture. really love the fact that everything is wrapped in a bag, so you can store it in these dust bags, which keeps things nice and neat and clean. So here's the top. And my understanding from what I've seen on YouTube is the top, that's how you be in New York City, right? The top actually doubles as a measuring cup. So this I think is very neat. And the picture, because so as I was saying, the cover doubles as a measuring cup, and it has this seal around it, this gasket, so your milk stays fresh. In the picture, you could store it in the refrigerator. So I think this is really good. And then what do we have here? Oh, this is the chamber. Hearing chamber reminds me of Wu-Tang Clan. I don't know, it was. You see I'm choking? That's what I'm about to talk foolishness. Didn't they have a song or album, Chamber, something Chamber of Death? I could be wrong. And here is the chamber. Wow. I guess, well, let's just leave it here for now because I don't know what me do. Me don't know what me do. Me not lie. And then finally, they have accessories. So let's see what's in the accessories bin. Okay, no, nothing really. So you have this silicone mat, which I believe is intended to store the dried, the dehydrated or whatever bits and grit is left. Very, very necessary, which is the plug.
This is nice!
And this is the scrubbing brush to help you clean out the filter on that. Ooh. And that, my dear, is the unboxing. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be this big. I did not imagine it would be this tall. Okay. And so I take it this sits on here like so. Wow, how lovely. And this is like this. And sits like this. And just like that, we have our nut milk. It says welcome. So I think I'm going to take a break, wash this, and we are going to make a batch of nut milk. I prefer my milk to be on the thicker side, and so I'm going to use 3 cups of milk instead of 4. The picture cover is also the measurement, the 1 cup measurement for your nuts. And unlike when you're blending your nuts and making your nut milk by hand, the order does not matter. So we've added our pistachios. Now I'm adding the water. And I made sure that our spout was closed. If not, the water would just run out of the spout. Okay, and now I'm gonna place the pitcher directly under the spout to catch our nut milk. I'm adding a dash of pink Himalayan salt. That's enough. I don't want it to be too salty. It's just enough to enhance the flavor of the nuts. I prefer my nut milk to be sweeter, so I'm adding 3 dates instead of the suggested 2. And I'm going to add some pure bourbon vanilla extract, and that'll be 1 teaspoon. And this should give it a nice rounded out flavor. Now that I've added all of my ingredients, I'm going to, I think it's like this, put on the cover, and then you just twist it like so. and everything is on. It's plugged in. We turn it on. And you see it says hello, how cute! Alright, so the default setting is for 1 minute. So we're going to leave it at that since this is our first time. And we're just going to hit start. This is good. It's not too sweet. You taste the vanilla, and it has some texture to it.